What is your name?
Miss Fei.
Where are you from?
Well, firstly I was born in China, but I moved to New Zealand afterwards. So you can call me. I'm from New Zealand.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm now working as a researcher in Shenzhen. That's my working condition. So that I basically work as a researcher in Shenzhen.
When do you come to Shenzhen?
I came to Shenzhen last year, so around September or so.
How long have you lived in Shenzhen? How long did you intend to stay in Shenzhen?
Well, so as I said, I moved to Shenzhen last September, so it's less than half a year for me. How long do I intend to live in Shenzhen? Well, as long as I'm living happily with my family here, so I don't have a time schedule for my living in Shenzhen then.
How long have Oh, not this one. Who is the first person in your family to come to Shenzhen? When did they come?
I'm the first person moved to Shenzhen, my family. Yeah.
Did you bring your family with you to Shenzhen? If not, why did you leave them behind?
Yes, I bring my family in Shenzhen to live with me.
What is your level of education? Do you believe it is earlier to live in Shenzhen because your level of education? Why?
I got my PhD degree in New Zealand, so I think it's quite adequate for me to live in Shenzhen to earn a living.
Was it hard to find a job when you come to Shenzhen?
Well, I think it might be difficult for people to find a job in Shenzhen because the job situation is not that quite good in Shenzhen. But for me, it's okay.
Why do you choose to come to Shenzhen? Do you have special reason for coming?
It's a city full of opportunity, good food, so that's why I came. Basically, it's full of opportunities.
Describe your hometown. How is it different from Shenzhen?
If you mean New Zealand is my hometown, well, it's an island city, basically. It's in the middle of the sea, so it's not so hot as in Shenzhen, and it's not so cold in winter compared to Shenzhen. Not that many people, so yeah, basically that's the difference.
Did you have to learn a new language where you moved to Shenzhen? Was that difficult?
If you don't count the Cantonese as a new language, for me it's okay, as I can both speak Chinese Mandarin and also English.
Was it difficult for your family to move to another city?
It's quite flexible for my family, so not so difficult.
What challenge do you face living in Shenzhen?
So far, I can't find any, so it's quite good for me for my living in Shenzhen.
What is difficult to learn a new culture or way of life?
No, for me, because I used to live I'm quite used to living in China, so in Shenzhen it's good.
What special festival or tradition do you have in your family? Do you continue those traditions in Shenzhen?
Basically, the festival and the tradition for my family are mostly same as in China for most of the Chinese, so not much difference.
Did you bring any important object from your hometown?
the photo of my family.
What does that object means to you?
That means family.
Why do you bring it?
Because I think that's the thing I have to cherish. A family is always the most important thing in my life. That's why I bring it.
How do you think migration has changed Shenzhen?
Well, Shenzhen is always an immigration city, so most people from other area in China, including other area worldwide, came to Shenzhen. That shaped Shenzhen as an international city. So I think this is a good thing for Shenzhen as it's cultural immigration.
Do you think this change is positive or negative?
Yes,
Why?
I think it's a positive thing because it allows more culture, more opportunity, and more people for you to know, to meet, and to work together.
What do you think is the future of Shenzhen?
Developing definitely is that's a trend for Shenzhen to develop further into an international and also a modern city in the world.
If you are native to Shenzhen, how has it changed? Do you think the change in Shenzhen are good?
Well, I'm not a native in Shenzhen, but as far as I heard about Shenzhen, Shenzhen is a fast developing or developed city, and I think the changes are the changes are very quick, and every day you can see changes everywhere in Shenzhen, and I do believe these changes are good for Shenzhen development, and potentially it's good for people who live in Shenzhen, the young people.
The interview taught me about how people want to migrate to a city with many options for living. Shenzhen is a good city to move because there are many opportunities. A challenge Chengfei might have in Shenzhen is remembering Chinese culture and language. This is challenge because he has lived in New Zealand for years. He may need to adjust back to Chinese culture. The positive part of moving to Shenzhen is when he returned to China and showed his son how his home country is a lovely place. Chen-Fei's son was born in New Zealand. He don't know his father's home culture and language. Coming back to China, teach his son about Chinese heritage. Chen-Fei's story is same and opposite to After Peter and I Am Finding Sue. The similarity with After Peter's are that Chen-Fei and Rosalia have an education. The similar with I Am Finding Sue is Chen-Fei and Finding Sue both leave their hometown for a better life. The difference with After Peters is Chen-Fei doesn't need to be a migrant worker who has low-paying jobs like Rosario's family. He has a job with a company. The difference with I Am Finding Sue is Chen-Fei traveled very far from New Zealand to Shenzhen. In I Am Finding Sue, she stayed in China and went to Beijing. Chen-Fei's point of view is that works for a successful company. He have a PhD and spoke 3 languages. What is missing from the interviewees is he was not poor or uneducated when he came to Shenzhen. We learned about migrant workers who have left their hometown to have more opportunities. They have a hard time living in Shenzhen. Chenfei do not have the same challenge.